I'm attorney Gloria Allred, and today San Bernardino County Deputy Sheriff Nathan Gastineau appeared in court for a disposition hearing. He's charged with numerous felonies, including 3 counts of lewd or lascivious acts with a child 14 or 15 years old, which is Penal Code Section 288C1, and 3 counts of unlawful sexual intercourse with a minor. The defendant has entered a not guilty plea and had been released on bail. And I'll address the fact that his bail was increased today in just a few moments. I represent the minor who is alleged to be the victim in this case. I came to court today to monitor the progress of this matter and to observe the rally of the defendant's supporters, which was to take place outside of this courthouse, and which did in fact take place. Of course, the defendant has a right to be presumed innocent in a court of law, unless and until he is proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt by either a judge or jury or by the entry of a guilty plea. In this court process, the defendant will be afforded all of his rights and will be ensured a fair trial. However, I would like everyone to remember that the child that I represent also has rights. She is a minor, not an adult. She should also be afforded due process and be treated with respect and with dignity. The rally that was held today is very unusual. In the 36 years that I have been practicing law, I cannot think of another instance where a law enforcement officer charged with sex crimes against a child had people come to the courthouse to hold a rally in support of him. So I ask, what does their support mean? Are they saying that the defendant did not commit the crimes for which he was charged, or that the minor child is to blame if crimes were committed against her? In the alternative, are they trying to argue that it should not be a crime to have sex with a child? Whatever their message is, they should know that this case will be decided within the justice system, not by protests outside of the courthouse. This is not a sporting match, and it's not a political rally. It's a court of law. My client will not be deterred and will not be intimidated by attacks on her. She is young, but she understands that she has a duty to tell the truth, and she intends to do that. Her family and I are very proud of her courage, and we look forward to protecting her and supporting her throughout this ordeal. And now I'll deal with what happened inside of the courtroom. The judge was very concerned, and this is Judge Martin, about a Facebook posting which was allegedly posted by the defendant, Nathan Gastineau. And I have copies of this Facebook posting, and apparently the court also had copies of this Facebook posting by defendant Gastineau. The court read exactly what was on the Facebook posting, which says, "This is your admiral. I know there's been a lot of rumors going around about the destruction that's been visited on my life. I would like to tell you that they're exaggerations, but in fact it cannot even come close to convey the horror that has been unleashed. The facts are that my reputation has been destroyed. My job has been ruined, or nuked," he said. "And my best friend is in jail. I imagine you're all asking yourselves the same question. I am. What do we do now? Do we run? Do we hide? I think those are the easy choices. A philosopher once said, quote, 'When faced with untenable alternatives, you should consider your imperative,' end quote. Tomorrow, look around you. Our imperative is right there, in our friendships, in our hearts, in our statements to the media, and in ourselves. War is our imperative. And right now, victory seems like an impossibility. And if right now victory seems like an impossibility, then we have something else to reach for. Revenge. Payback. So we will fight, because in the end, it is the only alternative. My enemy has left us. I say let's make them understand that as long as I still have breath in me, that this war that they started will not be over. Thank you everyone for the support you're about to show me tomorrow. I will see you on the other side." Now, inside the courtroom, the court asked Mr. Gastineau the following question. what do you mean by revenge and payback? And defendant Gastineau indicated that he was thanking his supporters. The district attorney then asked to revoke the bail that had been set and was posted for defendant Gastineau, and the district attorney indicated a concern that such a posting could incite violence. The defense indicated that its position was that there was no danger to the victim, and there has been no contact with the victim. The court stated, "You don't know who reads this, but when you start talking about revenge and payback, you could be starting a chain of events that could endanger an alleged victim." For that reason, the court then increased defendant Gastineau's bail to $350,000 from $150,000. And Deputy Sheriff Gastineau was then placed into handcuffs and escorted out of the courtroom and placed in custody. My foremost concern, and the concern of the family of the alleged victim, is her safety. And I'm very happy about what the court did today. I think it was the right decision. I don't know whether the defendant will be able to post the higher bail or not, but I think that the court is right, that this could incite violence or at least possibly endanger the victim. We don't ever want an alleged victim to be in fear that if she cooperates with law enforcement, proceeds through the criminal justice system, and testifies, that she has to be concerned about her safety being at risk. Whether she really needs to be concerned or whether there's a perception that she is endangered, we don't know. But she shouldn't even have to worry about this. So anyway, we thank the court. We thank law enforcement who was here today to make sure that everyone was safe and protected. And we look forward to the next hearing. The next hearing is August 25th. That's date set for a prelim, to see if everyone is ready for the preliminary hearing, which is scheduled for August 29th. I'll be happy to take